Finances are known to be a big source of stress in life whenever money is involved, which is like all the time. And in the pandemic, studies have shown stress and anxiety levels, which were already high for consumers, have been driven up even higher. SchoolsFirst Credit Union, Federal Credit Union, offers services and tools to ease financial stress by helping you take control. Shannon Workman from SchoolsFirst Credit Union joins us now with the best practices for getting your finances on track. Hello, Shannon.
Good morning, Aubrey. Great to be here. Thank you.
And this is a good topic because, yeah, we know that money, finances, it can be a big headache, a source of stress for a lot of people. So if someone, especially someone suffering from financial anxiety, needs some help, where can they start to get control of the situation?
Yeah, so the very first place to start is to get a plan. So your financial plan, also known as a budget. A lot of people don't like the word budget, but we just say call it whatever it is that works for you, whether it's your savings plan or your spending plan. That is a great place to start. Another important thing when you're putting your budget together is to know your income. A lot of you do not know the amount of money that they bring home. So really understanding what it is that you have to spend after taxes, after deductions is going to help you tremendously be able to plan for your money. And then as far as your expenses, really just taking a look at them and making sure you know how much you're spending in different categories and identifying if there's opportunities maybe to reduce some expenses or eliminate some expenses by just kind of reviewing those things. And probably the most important thing I can say about your plan is making sure that you incorporate your goals. So you want to identify those things that you really want to achieve with your money and making sure you incorporate those things into your budget, because it's kind of hard to achieve your goals if you haven't planned for them. So that's some really good tips to kind of just get started and to kind of alleviate some stress and anxiety.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You need to have a plan so that you can execute it and start going in the right direction. Shannon, as you're talking about going through some of these line items that you need to be aware of, what is a non-negotiable that is a must when it comes to a budget or savings plan?
Yeah, so when we're working with our members to help them, we want to make sure that they have an emergency savings account. So we share that with all students that we work with, whether members or not, that we really want to make sure we have a well-funded emergency savings account. That is going to help you reduce stress, reduce anxiety, and really just be prepared, sleep better, even have studies show better health by getting control of your finances rather than your finances controlling you. So getting that emergency savings account in place. And what we recommend, some financial advisors will recommend up to a year's worth of expenses. We know that is a really big number. So what we work with and we say is let's start with 3 months. So what is your necessary expenses for 3 months? And then let's figure out how much you already have saved for emergency savings. Maybe that's nothing, or maybe that's already an amount. And then we want to take the difference and try to save that amount each month that's divided by 12 over the next year. We want to be able to have a goal to have a well-funded emergency savings account that will just basically help us sleep better. But one thing I want to mention about emergency savings account is that when it's time to use it, so you've saved, done exactly what you were supposed to do and have this cushion, but when it's time to use it, we want to make sure that we're not causing ourselves stress and anxiety over that. A lot of people feel a lot of angst over having to tap into that emergency savings account, even though it's an actual emergency, and that's what it's there for. So we just want to remind everyone that you've done what you were supposed to do, celebrate that fact, know that it's there, and then we can work on getting the plan to get it refunded.
Yeah, count every penny and make it work for you. Shannon, before we let you go, what if you have a big expense coming up? Maybe it's a vacation or something, a big ticket item that you've been saving for. What's the best way to go about spending for that?
Yeah, so these big ticket items, what we want to do is we want to try to have a goal-specific savings account. So with a goal-specific savings account, that's going to allow us to know exactly how much money is in each category multiple savings accounts that you title. It used to be in the olden days, we'd have little envelopes or jars and we knew exactly how much was in each one. Nowadays, it's so easy to just have it digital, electronic, have multiple, title them what you want, and you're really, you're going to take that whole guesswork out of how much you have. In the beginning, it might be best for you to really hone in on maybe one goal. And then as you create this as a habit and you get best practices, you can start adding more and more.
Okay, well, these are some great tips, some life hacks, if you will, when it comes to saving and reducing some of that anxiety. Thanks so much, Shannon. I'm going to tell our audience, if you want more info on some of these financial resources and services they offer, you can visit SchoolsFirstFCU.org.